So, I'm going to show you this film from the very beginning, just to show you that I don't trap people. I haven't got an agenda against a particular company. This is live and at the scene, so this is where the 42 joins the M5. So, slight downhill. This lane, you've got to, I want to go there. You've got to watch out for this lane as well, because you've got to watch them, because they come up quick on the outside. But there's roadworks ahead of us, so we're going to slowly go into the roadworks. And here we are, we're entering the roadworks. So everybody fairly well carries their speed, but eventually they settle down to 40, don't they? So we can say we're fully in the roadworks now. This lane is shut, we're fully in the roadworks. Keeping a good gap. Generally we're all keeping to the 40 mile an hour limit. We're all keeping to the 40, keeping a good gap between us because we can. It's early morning, look, it's 4:30 this morning. I just want to catch the 40 for you. Yeah. Within, what's that, 40, 50, 40. Anyway, we're all settling down, keeping a good gap, driving sensibly through the roadworks as you should, until this Pallex idiot turns up. Watch what he does. So he's here and he flashes, look, he flashes his lights to get him out of the way. Which I thought, well, in the roadworks, we're only doing what the speed limit tells us to do it. And then look, I couldn't believe my eyes. Look what he does. Out in the third lane in the roadworks. That's awful. That's, you know, you're carrying people's goods. I wouldn't give them an envelope. Forget about giving them a pallet to move. Look at this. Look at this. It's terrible. That's in the roadworks. I think we were all in shock. We were, bloody hell, did you see what that idiot's doing? Let's get out of his way. That is as bad as I've seen in a long time. Yeah. And he's not much better up here, but at least he's staying in his lane. And look, he tries to push his way over. I says, no way, sunshine. The limit is 40, do 40. You know, that's what the speed limit down here is. So, let me just show you. We're all driving sensibly. If you want to drive like a nutter up someone's chuff, well, that's your choice. So, the van, what's happening is the van is keeping to the speed limit. Yeah, the van is keeping to the 40 and everybody's bunching up behind, but the limit is 40. It doesn't say 40 when you want to do it. But let's get back to this Pallex. Let's get back to here. And let's see this with no interruptions. I couldn't believe it. I've got to put this on its own, and it's got to get back to Pallex. The inside lane's shut. Okay, there's never anybody working there, but that's not the game. The game is you're going through roadworks, behave yourself and keep a good gap, and that's what I'm doing. I'm keeping a good gap, going the same speed. Watch this van here. He's keeping to the 40. I'm keeping to the 40. Mr. I'm big and ugly, and I'm going to bully my way. Bullying doesn't work. Right then, I'll try a bit of overtaking in the fast lane. Pallex, absolutely. He wants his P45. Yep, That guy, yeah, even he gives him a flash. Look, you idiot. And because the van is doing what he's supposed to be doing, 40 miles an hour. Yeah, couldn't believe it this morning, couldn't believe it. Then there was this idiot. Watch, not him, not him. We're still in the roadworks, we're still keeping a good gap. And look, and this one is on our doorstep. O'Reilly. This is an O'Reilly truck. So you might think, well, yeah, all right, you might get away with it, but look, he's fully freighted. Look at these bags. They're like ton bags. So he's that close up his chuff with all these ton bags on the trailer, look. So he's fully freighted. Yeah, it's not half a load. It's not, you know, you can't see it in the curtains. He is fully freighted. He's probably got 20 tons on. Well, if each bag is a ton, let's count them. Let's just count them. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 24. So he's probably got 24 ton on him. Look at him. It's just unacceptable, absolutely unacceptable, dangerous driving. Yeah. And this one is an O'Reilly truck, this is, out of Aldridge. Yeah. Just because it's 4:30 in the morning and there's no one around and it's dark and you don't think you'll be seen, well, Reggie on the road is watching you. Get a plate on this one. 69 plate. UFG, is it? Something X, UFG? I must get a better camera. Something like that. I wonder if it's the same bloke. Interesting. Pallex. But this is what it looks like in the daytime. Palletized freight distribution. Pallex. We've got an interesting film for them, haven't we? So I'm going to make a film for you in a minute. But you see this box? It's 29,300. Now you see these vehicles, they ride on air, on airbags. And the valve regulates it. You know, if there's too much air, it lets it out. If there's too little air, it puts it in. So I'm going to put you, and I want you to watch how the suspension, it's going to take it off in one go. I can't remember what they're called now. These crane things. It's going to come along and it's going to take it off, but it's going to take it off in one go, isn't it? So as soon as it lifts all that weight up, you have a look what happens to the truck and the suspension, how much it comes way up because of the air that's in all the airbags. You know, then it becomes overinflated and then it'll settle back down again to the right place. But wow, it takes a lot to keep this truck fully freighted as it is now. Pretty near to 44 ton, slightly over that declared weight, but it's not over 44 anyway. And then when they take that 29 ton off it, wow, the thing jumps because there's that much air holding it on. The pressure in the airbags that are holding the suspension to its level. So yeah, so have a look at that when I get on the spot and I get the camera in the right place. But yeah, we're going to see how much the trailer, see actually how much pressure of air is in the trailer when you take the box off. I did it again. Anyway, I speeded away, didn't press record. This truck now is set at road height, and that's the way it runs at. But it's sitting on air. It's airbags that control it. You watch the He's going to take a 30 ton, nearly a 30 ton box off in one big go, and the whole thing will jump up because there's a hell of a lot of pressure of air in those bags, lifting, keeping the thing under control. Yeah. Keep an eye on that trailer. How the trailer comes up, can you see? Yeah. That's how the trailer comes up. Whoops, we took a spill then. There we are. Well, I'm in another scrapyard today. This thing here looks like it's some sort of shredder, but he seems to be getting trouble getting it to shred backwards or forwards. It will start in a minute. Let's see if we can zoom in. He's got some sort of trouble up there, but if you just look in the shadows, looks like there's a shredder in there. But for whatever reason, whatever he's put in doesn't want to shred. It's come in bits and pieces. Something's stuck somewhere. Somebody's going to take it out. He's having to mess with it. It doesn't look. There's something there. Just won't shred. And then these boys are coming and tipping it there, and he's collecting that there. Yeah, they're doing that. Oh, shredder stopped now. There's something under there that the shredder didn't like. And can you see behind that machine? Can you see it going into the building? Can you see that conveyor belt taking up to the top of the building, ready to be sorted and recycled? Hold on, I'll be back in a minute. So this guy here is going to tip his stuff out. And there's a guy next to him. He's going to tip his skip as well. Let's keep an eye on him. Oh, I don't like these tippers. I was on walking floors. I hate these tippers. There's so many of them go over, but I mean, it's a good solid floor here, good concrete floor. I guess they're in as safe as place as they can be for tipping. Bring it down as quick as you can, yeah. No, so he's just tipped a load there. Look like there's a massive wheel in there. We love to get our nose in there. Yeah, and this man, oh look, he's tipped. Is it a total load of fridges he's just tipped? Washing machines, aren't they? Yeah, look like a skip full of washing machines. So this man here on the end is, what's it called, haymaking, picking it all up, and I think they're at the same time keeping an eye open for things, sorting things out, you know, looking for odd things that won't go through the machine. They're all feeding this building. Look at the top of this building here, look. Do you see the top? You see that? The top of that skip now, you see the the conveyor belt, taking it into that building, and that building's going to process it. Yeah, and part of processing it is what we're picking up now. You can see in a minute, look, they're loading the box with frag. They call it frag, don't they? But I'm still curious about, here we are having a load of frag sent to us. Where is he? Here he is. That's what we're getting in our, that's what's, look, he's putting it, he's giving it to him. Come back to you when he gets that shredder working. So he's going to push that all up to him now. Yeah. Keeping the pile nice and tight. He said, that big wheel, that's a big wheel, isn't it? He's put that to one side, look. He sort of sorted it. So that's what he's doing. Because obviously you don't know what comes in there. So he's sort of initially looking at it and thinking, right, is this good? Is this going to make what it's got to make? And when they put it on that pile, but the shredder has stopped. It looks like a shredder. You see the top up there now, see? Very top there, that pile is still there. So I really don't know what's going on. What though, they are now loading the boxes pretty quick here. They must have had a break or something, but once they start, they can get through some boxes here. So we've all done that mistake of running lights. Let's call it a mistake. We've all done that, run lights, haven't we? But when you're running round look, the trouble was, the guy that was running the lights didn't know if that was somebody had got a green light and was crossing, maybe on a push bike or something. If you run the lights, make sure the crossing is clear. Don't run the lights, watch. Don't run the lights when you can't see if there's anywhere crossing or not. Yeah, that could have been so nasty, because that van can't, the van can't see around me, can it? That's the thing, look. Because I'm here, a bloody big filthy truck, we've definitely got red lights. So if you're going to run the lights, make sure there's nobody ready to step off. Look, that's, she'd already stepped off. That could have been, yeah. If you run the lights, make sure you can see first before you make that choice. What a mistake to make her. Yeah. Have a look at this one. Yeah, sort of. You see it all the time. Unsecure loads, unexperienced drivers making mistakes. It had already been run over, but every time it got run over, it got shredded a bit more. This was this like foam. Somebody was on his way going to a job, got all his stuff with him, and he'd lost a sheet or two. I don't know if he'd lost many sheets. Hold on, let's just go a little further. This, I think it was like boards of insulation type stuff. Yeah, where did he lose it? He spotted it pretty quick. Yeah, look, see these bits. Oops, let's go back. Let's go back. Here we are. Let's change that. See these bits that were on the floor? Like, sort of light insulation. They'll just get chopped up as you go along, you know. And I thought, oh, somebody's lost their load. And we came around the corner, there he was. The poor sap, trying to tie it back on his roof. He'd lost a sheet or maybe 2, or maybe the front of it's curled up and snapped off. But he's going to be short somewhere on his job, because otherwise a sheet fell off. We've all been there, haven't we? We've all done it. So here we are, coming off the junction, going right at this roundabout. There's a left lane for straight on. But whenever you come to any of these big junctions, you just don't know who's going to do what. And the great thing of having a dash cam is you can see them, and you can come back in the camera and you can have a look. So the guy we're watching is this white van here. Watch this white van. He shouldn't be where he was going. He shouldn't have been where he was. He shouldn't have been there. But you know, mistakes happen. You sometimes misjudge a thing. But look, anybody can do anything at any junction. And this is where the camera comes in handy. So I probably saw that there and thought, where the hell did he come from? So we can go back, can't we? And we can examine exactly where he came from. So we're going right. He's come down this lane here, hasn't he? The lane to my left. He's come from the left of me. Here he is, look. Here he is, look. Yeah. People get lost on big junctions. Get ready for them to do anything. Be prepared. That's why I say, if somebody runs into you, is it their fault? And let's say 100% it's their fault for running into you, but is it your fault for being in a position where they can run into you? So that's the question. Yeah. Make sure there's nobody around you. Give people the space to do what they're going to do. If they're going to mistake, if they're a bit lost, you know, we're none of us perfect. It happens, doesn't it? Just give them the space to do what they're going to do. So, yeah. So, you know me, I'm usually Mr. Cool. I don't really let the road annoy me, blah, blah, blah. Nothing gets me. It's my job for nothing to get me. But this particular morning, I thought I must have got out of bed the wrong side of the road or something. So here we are. We're waiting to turn right at the lights. Okay, no problem. I'm going to give you the whole thing, because it's another sort of a story. So, yeah, fine, no problem. Anyway, so we set off, and Mr. Cheeky comes along. Watch. Look, oi, Mr. Cheeky. Oh, right. I've seen you. It's not going to get you anywhere. You're not going to gain from that. Because the good thing about being behind is you can make a plan, can't you? When you're in front, you're running. Yeah, you're running like a rabbit in the headlights. But when you're behind, you can just go plod, 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 and you can make a plan, can't you? Now, ordinarily, I would have stayed in the left-hand lane and come all the way through the town there, but I thought, no. I thought, do you know what? I'm going to kick his ass, yeah. I'm going to go out here, because he won't get anywhere in that lane now. So I thought to myself, right, for being cheeky, for just being, you know, zip in front of him, disrespecting a truck, shall we say, yeah, I used my cunning and my wit and my know-how, and bye-bye, sucker. Ordinarily, I would have been in the inside and you would have passed me and there wouldn't have been an issue. But I see him going now, so I'm not in no rush. No, I'm happy just to run alongside and keep everyone behind. Green lights were okay, yeah. Because if I took over behind this truck, he's going to pass me again, isn't he? So I thought, no, I'll do this and I'll run alongside like this, look. Yeah. So here I go. and the lights change, fine. The van is still stuck behind. The van got nowhere. The van and his cronies is still behind. I'm in charge. There's the truck up the side anyway. I'll press the button again. We're a little further on. The van is behind me. And we're coming up to the motorway now anyway. But the thing was, the van wasn't going anywhere anyway. I just want you to watch where he cuts off. So driving like a balloon, cutting a truck up, didn't get him anywhere, and he wasn't going very far anyway. It's not as if I was holding him up on a mega journey. So here he comes. He dodged in front of the truck. He's got me. He's undertook me. Ooh, yeah, I was a bit slack there. But anyway, I'm staying in this lane because I'm going right on the motorway anyway. So I'm in the correct lane for where I'm going to end up. But look, he cuts off. That's a dead end. There's a hotel down there, so didn't get him very far, did it, cutting up a truck? And we're going to go right on this. This is coming up to junction 10, so I'm in the right lane anyway, because I'm going that way. So I wasn't in the wrong. I was just outfoxing the opposition. So generally I stay calm. I don't really raise to these things, but obviously this morning I must have got out of bed the wrong side. Don't mess with the trucks, yeah. So here's something, a criticism, shall we call this. We're coming from Telford on the way to Shrewsbury. Now everybody knows there's a big long stretch. It's quite misty. There's a big long stretch, and at the end of the stretch there's a roundabout. It's always been there. Sometimes it's got a queue, sometimes it hasn't. There's loads of bumps happen at the end of this long stretch. And if you was in a truck that could barely pass, would you think about doing it? Are you thinking ahead now, thinking, well, right, at the end of here now, I know there's a roundabout. I know that, there could be a queue there. I know it could be, it could be standing at the end here. So and I see him coming, and he can barely pass me. And I'm thinking, hold on a minute, what a stupid place to pass. Is it the first time for him to come on this road? He must know. Drivers must have a certain amount of experience to know what they're coming up against. Looking at the conditions, it's misty. He tries to push his way over, look. Now again, ordinarily I wouldn't have let him in, but I know there's a junction up ahead. I know there can be queues here. So I'm only interested in keeping me safe. But would you even thought about overtaking before you come across the end of a long dual carriageway where it can get quite congested, and there can be sometimes a queue, and sometimes it's hard braking, and sometimes the queues are this far back? Lack of experience, lack of thinking of where you are on the road and what you're doing, and it just boggles the mind, Do most of these new drivers drive them like cars, and are they not taught to take the whole picture in? You see, the amount of times we've seen cars bumped in this lay-by, all crashed into each other, because it all comes to an end off a long, straight, fast dual carriageway. And again, he's not even going right, so he wasn't even in the right lane to follow all the way through. Just GXC. It comes to an end, to a roundabout, and those queues can be quite long, and it is quite a misty morning, so you have to approach this part of this road ready, ready to be able to pull up gently, because you're managing the cars in front, but you're also managing the cars behind. Just lack of thinking. So let's have a look at this one. It's when he's coming up the M6. Watch this dustbin wagon. So fine, he's come up. He's come over, fairly decent, okay. Everyone's keeping the gap. Watch what he does. Look how he goes out in front of this Screwfix truck. Mad dustbin men. Yeah, naughty. So again, look, keep a good gap. Be prepared for anything, especially when these junctions coming on and off. But look at this. Look. Oh, you see that all the time. A little bit lost, a bit of it late on the junction. It happens. So you've just got to give yourself enough gap to be able to handle it. Not only in front of you, but somebody behind you. You give them slow down in front of them slowly. So I don't know if you're going to see this one, but he took my attention because he's not driving in the middle of the lane. He's driving with his wheel on the rumble strip. Well, you'd think he'd be rumbling, wouldn't you? But he's just not. There's something going on here. There's something, he's not quite, you can't really see until we get closer, but he's not. Look, he's driving on the white line of the, right on the edge there, look. And look, see what he's doing? Is he on the phone? Is he eating? What's he doing? It's for quite some time, isn't it? Look at him, he's right over. So I thought I'd just look at him, he's in the hard shoulder there, doesn't he? He wanders into the hard shoulder. Because of the light and the trees and the bushes, look. He's completely over on the hard shoulder there, and then he comes back in again. I just couldn't sort of figure out what he was doing, so I just thought I would just sit and watch. Look at him again. If you were in a hard shoulder crash, you wouldn't want to be. You wouldn't. He's got to know he's doing that, or if he's doing it and he's not knowing he's doing it, because he's distracted doing something else. But he sits for miles and miles over to one side, which was a bit. And I thought, well, okay then, sunshine, I'll just keep watching you. See what's happening, you know, in case he gets poorly or whatever, or, you know. So let's see what this guy does. I think this guy passes him and leaves him, or cuts off. Yeah, this guy leaves him. So we're still sitting watching him. So obviously he can see there's a truck passing him, so let's say he wakes up or he behaves himself. Is he tired? So look how close he is to the hard shoulder. You know, if your car was there, does he know? He's not sitting in the middle of the lane, is he? No. So we'll keep watching him and just keep an eye on him. Is he really tired? Maybe is he really poorly? So I'll just show you what really gets my goat. Right, we're going along. We're governed. There, keep your eye on the vehicles in front and keep your eye on this numbnuts here. So we're going along. I'm not going any slower. I'm not going any quicker, any slower. But he's been sitting behind me. First of all, he was behind me. Then he sat behind me out in the outside lane for ages, and he's crawling up the side of me. Now, I'm going roughly the same speed as the guy in front. This is the one in front that's in front of my lane. I'm following him at a distance safely. But old, numbnuts comes along and thinks, right, I'll pass him. I've got half an hour. I've got half a mile. I'll block the middle lane for the sake of just sitting behind me in a decent gap behind, and just follow each other. It's early morning, just chill, man. But no, he's got half a mile on me. well, you're gonna have to work. If you can go half a mile faster than me, you're gonna have to work for it, sunshine. So we're going, and look, I'm not any slower than the guy in front. Actually, we're gaining on the traffic in front. But this here is my life-giving gap. Okay, it's a nice big life-giving gap, but that's how I like to travel. I'm not losing, they're not losing me. I'm going the same speed. We're all going the same speed, and we're all going the same direction for miles and miles and miles on the motorway. But these numbnuts turn up and think, oh, I can do half a mile faster than you. So, okay, I make him work for it. Meanwhile, he's causing havoc. He's in the middle lane block. He's one of these middle lane blockers. And look, we're still travelling the same speed, more or less, as the people in front. Actually, we're catching up, but this is how I like to travel. On my own, away from anyone. Not any slower than anyone. We're not going any slower than the people in front. So it's not costing us any time, is it? So anyway, I've made him sweat enough now. So let him come in, flash him in. Now for my peace of mind, now I can't see a damn thing. And he knows he's gone in front of me, and he knows I can't see a damn thing. It's not a safe way to travel this close, even this close in the dark. You don't know what's on. So for me, I like my space, so I am easing off a bit. I'm just creating my life living gap. So if all hell breaks loose in front, I'll be well away from it. I'll be able to pull up, not only pull up thinking of me not hitting something, but pull up at a steady pace so somebody behind me ain't going to slam me up the arse neither. Because these trucks, you drive the front and the back of them, if you get what I mean. You're thinking about the front, and you're also thinking about the back. So when you slow down, you want to slow down thinking there's a crackpot right up your rear end. So you slow down steady. Just does my fruit in. So let's watch this for a minute or two. You're going to be surprised. So it is the way when 2 lanes become 3 lanes, and then 3 lanes become 4 lanes. Sometimes you can find yourself in the wrong spot. So, okay, what was a dual carriageway has now become a 3-lane road. Nevertheless, there's still cars coming onto the carriageway, so just check your mirrors, come over. Fine, we're in lane number 1 where we should be, really. Yeah, everything's clear. So, and I see this crackpot coming, and so he's got plenty of opportunity and plenty of time to move out of the outside lane. So we're well along. You know, he should have made his adjustment now, but look what's out there in the outside lane. Look, I was expecting a wobble any minute now. I was expecting a big weave and a big smash up. Look at that. And look at this Range Rover got out of his way. His Evoque. But I'm sitting here thinking, oh, this is going to wobble, turn over on his side any minute. So I was sitting back watching. But way too late adjusting the lanes. He stayed out in the outside lane way too far, or way too long. Let's come back here. You've just come over there. Let's try over here. Look, there we are. Look, I don't know whether he was struggling. He must have felt that, mustn't he? He must have felt that. Wow. You see everything on the roads. The roads are so dangerous. There's so many crackpots out on the road. Mad. Yeah, watch this. Not that container truck. There's one comes up the inside, container truck. I don't really know. I think is it these grey ones that work out of Pentalva? I'm not sure. Maybe not. Something. Anyway, just watch what he does. So okay, fine, you know, keep in your lane. That lane's going a bit quicker than this lane, fine, no problem with that. Just watch ahead, keep watching. Here he goes, look. Just keep an eye on him and see what he does to this. Let's get a bit closer. Watch what he does to this. You can see by the wobble that he tries to force his way in. Look, indicator on, right in front of this tipper truck. Look, he comes to go and he goes out again. Look. Forcing his way over. Look. He's just barely missing the front of the tipper truck. He's gone out, pushed his way out, look. And now he's pushed his way out again, look. Drive it like you're stolen. You know, and at any of these motorways at any time there can be a slam on. Obviously he hasn't experienced a slam on, and it happens very, very rarely, but it does happen. And all of a sudden everything comes to a stop very, very quickly because something's happened up ahead, you know. Yeah. And that's why everything and everyone gets involved. I always drive as if any moment there's going to be one huge slam on because something's happened and everyone's got to come to a really abrupt stop. It don't happen, but when it does happen, it is frightening. And it has happened on the occasion to me, where all of a sudden all the anchors, everybody has to pull apart. That's when these idiots all crash into each other. I thought I'd just show you this one. This is a scrapyard with plenty of space. You know, usually they're all tight and you know. So we went in here today. I think I've been here once before. I wasn't too sure. Wasn't sure with the place. Anyway, I saw the sign. I turned in. I thought, oh, is this the place? Must be. I saw a container. I saw the, luckily that truck was just going off the weighbridge, so I thought, okay, I must have to go on the weighbridge. So let's swing it round. Let's swing it round and get it on this and it's the best sort of weighbridge, you know, these flat ones, no stupid girders either side of it. So let's get ourselves on this weighbridge around this corner here, look. Yeah, get ourselves nice and level on this measuring plate to weigh us in. Yeah, nice and square. So let's just give ourselves a few minutes before we move again. Another 2 minutes before we move again now. Another few minutes before we move again. Come back one. There we are. Come back one again. Here we are. Let's begin to... there we are. We're about to move, I think. Yeah, there we are. So let's go and park in the middle. Look at this. It's less of a scrapyard, more of a recycling or a processing centre for scrap. It comes up the belt here and drops down here and sorts it all out. And look at this. Ooh, he's next. The guy behind is the one with the inverter, and as soon as he pulls away on this other bridge here, this guy goes in. So talk about a slick operation. Really really good place. And see the grab is filling the container full there, can you see? And then as soon as he goes and gets his box, there's another one in line. And then we're here waiting, taking our turn. And then there's another weighbridge right in front of us. It's just click forward again. Here he is. What's he going to do? Another one coming in. Hold on. I did see him earlier. Come on, there we are, I think. This is a weighbridge as well. So on your way out, you use this weighbridge. But no stupid girders either side. Lovely, lovely purpose-built weighbridges. Cracking place that was. I'd go there every day.